terrible.
I'm doing great. So,
do tell, Johnny. Let's hear about it.
I hate this. I don't know if it's good for you to be invested in something you can't control, or if it's terrible for you to be invested in something that you can't control. But right now, it's very bad. Q4 sales are down. Yeah. Sorry, guys. The Bills just lost, so, my week is ruined. But I was yelling. I'm normally, pretty subdued. I was pacing. I was cussing. I was dropping curse words, yelling obscenities. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. I would have rather have gotten blown out. I'm in a dark place. Things are good and visit Knoxville.com. An embarrassment of riches in all Rocky Top.
I'm going to visit Knoxville.com. Did you see who was at Dollywood today? Urban and Nicole Kidman.
Oh, good day, mate.
You want me to be like Wes's stunt double? You want me to cue you in?
I'm an actor. I need my lines read.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. There, be my stunt double.
Hey, everyone. Welcome into the Finders Flippers Resell Podcast. This is episode number 44. What do you think, Johnny?
That's the other number we need to know.
Whose oil tycoon ching was that?
That was mine. That was mine.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Finders Flippers Resell Podcast. I believe it's episode number 44. Gentlemen, how you doing this evening?
44? What is going on, guys? I appreciate you guys doing this Sunday episode and putting up with me after my Bills dropped a big L. I'm in a bad mood, but you guys have made it better. And you know who's also made it better? The 182 subscribers that we have, pushing us towards 200. Guys, we will be live in no time, but it's good to see you on a Sunday edition. They don't know it's Sunday, but we know it's Sunday.
So, Stewart, let's talk about your look. Is this more focused reseller look, or what is that you got going on?
So this is actually my early Christmas present that I got from Amy and my mother-in-law. These are the Ray-Ban smart glasses for Meta. So I might be filming y'all right now, and I might not be.
So is that what makes it smart?
I'll just put on my blue blockers.
No, these have the camera.
I'll go with my reading glasses.
So.
Mine records too.
Interesting. So does mine.
I'll be able to give a stab at recording, my estate sales, and we'll see how.
Lizzie likes hers. You can like play music, and it just like you have like surround sound.
Yeah, these. So does she have these, or does she have a different kind?
She has those ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so she likes them?
Yeah, the only thing is, like, from a YouTube standpoint, they like record in a square. Yeah.
It's not, that's the, so we'll see. I mean, and it only records like 1 minute clip. I think it'll record up to 3 minute clips, but the battery doesn't last very long at 3 minute clips, is what I read. So tell you what, I'll wear these, and then Frizzy and I can compare notes, and we'll have a review show of the Ray-Ban.
Oh, there you go.
Glasses. So
a review show. So how do you record? Just touch it somewhere along the side?
Yeah, it's got a little button here, like on the top of the frame, and you can either say like Meta start a video or Meta take a picture, or you can push the little button. It'd be nice if you could also turn off the LED, but apparently you can't. So like if I start recording, notice it's got the little, light.
Oh, the pulse.
That was just a picture, but if I record a video, then it constantly pulses. So people might think I'm like, shooting some kind of laser.
You could get some black electric tape and
well,
there you go.
It's funny you say that, because one of the first things I did, because I've always been a little self-conscious about filming for whatever reason. It's just how I am. So that's the first thing I Googled. Can you turn the light off? And ultimately the answer is no. Like if you put black tape over one side, apparently they've made it specifically where they want the thing to be on, I guess, for privacy or whatever. But if you cover it with tape and try to record, it says the LED sensor is uncover to start. Now, I did read like a hack where you can, if you cover the like if you have tape over the LED light and you cover the camera at the time you push the button, then it'll start recording, because I guess they built some algorithm that makes sure the light hitting both the camera and the sensor are the same. So you can kind of fool it, but I don't know. That seems like too much work. So I'll probably just, let it flash. So,
yeah.
So yeah, if anybody else has these glasses, put in the comments how you like them, and if just in general what you think about filming at estate sales. I know a lot of people do really well on YouTube with that, so I'll at least be able to give it a try. And if nothing else, it'll be nice just to be able to record, like if there's something I want to show Amy later, or to go back the next day. It'll make it real easy to do that without having to pull my camera out, because it's really hard to pull your camera out of your pocket and take a picture. But
now, are they like reading glasses, or
no? They're just, now they do, they're whatever the not transition, whatever the they do turn dark in the sun, so they
so there's basically sunglasses.
Yeah, they're sunglasses, but they're clear if you have them inside. But no, they're not reading glasses. They might have some kind of, I don't know if they're polarized or what, but like when I wear them, things seem a little sharper maybe. So I don't know. But no, they're not any kind of prescription. I think you can have your prescription put in those if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So
is that your ultimate goal, Stewart, to use them at estate sales a little bit? Like you said, 1 minute clips.
I think that's probably what I'll try to do. And, if nothing else, that'll allow me to do some shorts, maybe of, looking through records at an estate sale, or just looking at things. I don't know that, well, they're not really made to be able to record the whole time you're in there, because they only do, you can set it from 1 minute up to a 3 minute recording time. But somebody said like it runs the battery down pretty quick once you start using the video. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to film, I don't think, yourself, a 30-minute, walking through a house looking at stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then of course I'll have to get up, doing that many little clips, I'll have to get up on my editing techniques and figure out the best way to do all that. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. It should be a fun little toy. Amy got them for me because there's the commercial for them where the person's walking around, and they're like, Meta, what is this in front of me? And that's cool. So she, her and her mom actually, that was their gift to me. So I'm excited about getting out this weekend. I've got an appointment for an estate sale, so we'll try them out.
It's a neat gift for sure.
Yeah, and when I bought Lizzie hers, I didn't get the transition ones because I was worried she would be filming somewhere bright and then it would go dark on her. and then she's like in a house with sunglasses trying to film something, but she can't see.
I want you all to see this, but you can't. We pulled the shades.
They don't seem to get just extremely dark either.
No.
At least, I've worn them I got them, Friday night, and I wore them from my house to the antique mall on Saturday, and there was some sun out, so, they definitely helped, but they don't get, I don't look like Men in Black or anything wearing them for sure. So,
Johnny, do you use Frizzy's or Lizzie's glasses when you can, or you try them out?
I haven't, because she's got such a tiny head that I had to buy the smaller ones, and I tried to slide them on once and they started to stretch probably further than they should. So she just wears them. Yeah.
Now she goes, why do these not fit on my face?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
So,
but it is cool. Like we used we were over in the spring, we went to the bins in Baltimore, and there were signs everywhere that was like, no filming, no filming. So she just went, boop. And that's how we got our footage in there.
when they didn't say anything about the light.
So does hers have the little light? Does hers have the light that pulses too, Johnny?
I didn't think hers did, but I'll have to ask her.
Wonder if hers is. I know the generation before these. I think it was called the Stories. I think was the model or something like that. And this one's. I can't remember what this one's called. Maybe Meta, but I know the previous one. Somebody said didn't have that, but in any case, I mean that would be the only. Just for me personally, that's kind of the only negative to them. It's just the fact that and it's a pretty bright light too. So it's pretty obvious, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. It'll help me get over my self-consciousness about filming anyway. So yeah, enjoyed y'all's show, the last episode. Glad y'all.
Yeah, we missed you.
Well, yeah, I could tell.
Wes kept calling it the Slim Flippers. He was confused.
Yeah. Like, what show is this?
No, it was a fun show to watch y'all pull your stuff and show what all you have listed versus, what it sold.
Right.
Speaking of things that have sold, how's Q4 going for you guys?
Mine's crawling.
I'll tell you what, it's nuts.
We're up 3%, so pretty flat versus last month.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 24 packages to package up for tomorrow. I think I've already done 6 of them, but I hit a new, I keep a spreadsheet that shows rolling 7-day sales, and I hit a new record for me, but 52 sales in 7 days, which was the most I've ever done. So yeah, I was really excited about that, and it's been pretty consistent. I'm staying at that 48 to 52 range on the rolling 7. And it's been a lot of little bit higher dollar items. I mean, I've had a couple of close to $100 sales, and then a lot of 30 in that $30 range, which is really good for me because I tend to skew, lower. And I think I mentioned on the last episode, that's been one of my goals, is to increase my average cost.
Yeah.
But I do have one little bit of I don't know, I guess it's bad news. Just so last Monday, which I learned it's not a good day to drop stuff off because it's coming off Black Friday. So I had an extremely busy, weekend, 'cause I had all the stuff from Friday on or Thursday on, stuff that sold on Thanksgiving. And so I dropped 32 packages off at the post office on Monday. And I did it the way I always do. I went to the back of the post office, dropped them in the bins, and come Tuesday, nothing had scanned at all still. So, not one scan. So then finally on Wednesday, about half of it scanned. But as of tonight, I still have 13 things that I dropped off last Monday that haven't scanned. So I talked to him at the post office, and the guy gave me a couple, suggestions, and these might be, I don't know, these might be of interest to the people watching. I mean, he definitely said during the holidays that, priority mail, well, of course, next day and second day, obviously take priority over everything, but nobody's paying, $60 to ship something you sold for $20. But so priority mail is going to get priority. And then he said ground advantage stuff. He said it's just this time of year. He said they get to it when they can get to it. So, if you're shipping somewhere that's not too big a delta between priority and ground advantage, you may want to do ground advantage, because I did the stuff that hasn't scanned yet. It's all ground advantage. All my priority mail stuff. It still took 2 days. Still took till Wednesday before any of it scanned. But all the priority mail stuff did eventually get scanned, while none of the ground advantage. Well, some of it did, but a lot of it didn't. So I think I'm going to either do priority, and then if the difference is too great, there's the UPS. What's the one?
SurePost. Yeah,
SurePost, where UPS takes it and then they deliver it to the post office, and then the post office does the last leg. At least then. Our UPS store is never too bad, and you can also do the self scans there, and those actually count, and the self scans at the post office. So if there's too big a difference, I'll just do SurePost, and then I at least know I'll get that first scan, and hopefully it'll at least make it to the post office where it's going to be delivered from. And then everything else I'm going to try to do priority mail, and not do any Ground Advantage between now and Christmas. So we'll see how that works out. But, I'm trying to decide how to handle the 13 I've got left. Now, the good thing is I was very proactive with as soon as it didn't scan on Tuesday, I went ahead and messaged everybody Tuesday night and said, hey, I know it was a busy day yesterday, so this will probably scan. And then I talked to them on Wednesday morning. And so I messaged them periodically, and everybody's been cool with it. That's replied back to me anyway. But, I don't know if I should. I'm going to reach out to the 13 that are left tomorrow and ask, I don't know, do you start, what do y'all think? I mean, do you start going, go ahead and saying, hey, if you want, I can go ahead and issue you a refund, or do you ask them to wait a little longer? Because, it's a week. I know that's a long time when you're waiting for stuff. But,
well, how long do they normally tell you to wait? Like if you're going to put in a complaint, like, don't you have to wait 10 days anyways?
Maybe. Of course, the problem is, I can't, the good thing is, so those 13 labels, since they haven't scanned it all, I can click the refund button for the label itself. And then I don't know what happens. And this, if anybody knows out in the viewers that knows what would happen. So if I click refund, and I know they don't refund you immediately, they wait a couple of weeks usually to make sure that you don't use the label. But what happens if I do click refund, they refund me, and then it starts tracking? I mean, do they still deliver the package and then it goes postage due to the people who get it, or does it charge me back on my eBay account? So I don't know. The good thing is that at least the really high dollar stuff started tracking or has been delivered by now. We're still probably talking in those 13 packages. I mean, I'm guessing it's still a couple $100, then plus the shipping, which, technically I can get refunded for if it hasn't started tracking yet. And I've sold enough to, it's not going to kill me. I mean, I've sold so much that I'll definitely be able to absorb that. And the good thing is 9 of them are on eBay and 4 on Etsy. So I haven't cashed out my eBay account. I have it just set for manual cash outs. So at least I haven't transferred the money to myself. So it's kind of like I won't miss the money because I'll just be able to take it out of the money I haven't transferred yet. So that'll make it a little easier to absorb too.
How long does Ground Advantage say it takes?
Well, if you look at the estimates, it's almost always exactly the same as priority mail with 1 day tacked on the end. So
Gotcha.
Like if today's the 8th, so priority mail might say the 11th through the 13th. Ground Advantage will typically say the 11th through the 14th. So it's I found Ground Advantage under normal times. It seems to, it's pretty well within the window of priority mail. It's just, I guess now, and I think I picked the absolute worst day to drop it off because, in kind of asking around track my packages take. So when I drop it off on the loading dock at my post office, it's not touched by anybody at that post office. The semis come and they take it to the main post office in Knoxville, and it's processed there. So that's really better than me even taking it to the counter under normal circumstances, because what I found there, I could go get a scan at the counter, but then it goes to the back room at my local post office. And if they're really busy, it may sit in a bin back there for, a while before they ever get it out to the loading dock to go in the truck. So it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. But so the other thing I may try is the main post office is only like an extra 5 minutes for me to drive to. And I went down there and talked to them, and I can also take it to their loading dock. And I don't know if that means if I take it to their loading dock, does it automatically get put on a truck to go to whatever the regional distribution center is and not have to sit in their sorting room. So I'm going to try a couple of things to see if I can maximize my shipping during the holidays. But the guy told me, he said last Monday, the Monday after Thanksgiving, he said that was like their busiest time they had ever had, just with Black Friday. Cyber Monday was that day. I don't know if that would already be affecting it since it was the same day, but he just said it's probably got sent to the main post office, and he said the bins probably sat there before they got touched, and then he said then they pull, I guess manually they pull it out and they sort it into priority and ground advantage or whatever, and but it's just weird that the 13 packages haven't been touched at all. And there's like always like 4 bins on Gaylord or the Gaylords or pallets or whatever back there that you put them in. And like they were all kind of full. So I was divvying them between the different ones. So I don't know if all the ones that haven't scanned got put in the same bin. But anyway, I mean, it's, I haven't lost faith in the post office or anything because I know they're busy, but it is, it's just a lot of packages to have unaccounted for. And, here we are. Tomorrow will be a week since I dropped them off, and, absolutely zero evidence of a scan. And, I know some people will say, well, you need to stand in line and get a scan. Well, when you've got 35 packages, and we're not talking about flats that fit in one little box I can carry in. I mean, this was literally like 8, totes of stuff, and I can't go stand in line 8 times. And, I would have been there for several hours, and I may have listed enough to make up for the 13 they haven't scanned. So anyway, that's my story for the week, and I'll keep you posted on the next episode whether they ever get scanned and what I decide to do as far as refunds.
It's just frustrating because you still have 2.5 weeks of holiday season.
Do y'all ever insure packages?
Well, I mean, if both Ground Advantage and Priority Mail are insured for up to $100, it used to be that the old, what was it called, Parcel Select before Ground Advantage didn't have insurance. So, most of the stuff's under $100, so I don't add any extra. Now, the UPS one does not have
That's
insurance.
what I meant. Do you add extra?
No, but those have actually all been delivered. So,
yeah. Well, anything that's like valuable, I actually have them scan. We sold a Ralph Lauren, like a plaid suit, on eBay last week it was from the 70s for $450. And I took that right to the counter. We just throw all of our stuff, into a bin, but I went and I was like, will you please scan this in? It's worth a lot. they scanned it for us.
And I would probably have done the same thing for something of that value as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I know for tomorrow, I'm actually separating my packages into Priority Mail stack, then my UPS stack. And there's so far just been 2 things that I have to ship them Ground Advantage because both the UPS and Priority Mail you're talking about a $4 or $5 difference. So I just can't justify. So I think I'm going to take my Ground Advantage packages. I'll take all of them to the main post office, and maybe if the counter's not too busy, get them scanned in. But at the very least, put them in the bin at the main post office, and maybe there'll be a better chance they'll get scanned. Because the problem with the one, when I drop them in those bins at my local post office, they're huge, and there's probably 200 packages in each of them, and I guess it just takes them a while if they got a lot of those things. It obviously took them 2 days before they even processed those. After they probably rolled them in the big room, kind of like in the Indiana Jones at the end of the show, and they're showing the big warehouse with all the stuff in it. And that's how I picture my packages. But
I had this week. I sent it out 5 or 6 days ago. I don't know if y'all remember me talking about that. It's a leather bag from the 40s or 50s.
Oh, wow.
And I think it sold for $65 or something. Well, anyway, it's going to California, and the guy sent me a message yesterday, said his package has been stolen.
Well, that's really his problem. But
yeah, it sucks to be you, right?
Yeah. I'm like, well, it's there, So.
Yeah, and I know from a pure eBay standpoint, or I assume you sell it on eBay. Yeah, they're going to look at that. It's not your problem from the standpoint of your metrics. It really just, I mean, people have different thoughts on that. It's, but yeah, that's, they need to open a police case is what they need to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, there's too many dishonest, to just go and say. I mean, we get yelled at probably once a month. I didn't get my package. Well, it says it was delivered to your mailbox. Well, it's not in my mailbox, man. We sold a Ralph Lauren polo, and one of the downsides of selling clothes is like, even with putting dimensions in, like putting dimensions in photographs just minimizes questions. Like that's all it does. It doesn't change people buying things for fit. So this guy buys a Ralph Lauren new tag polo and sends an email, and we get the same email every time something doesn't fit. I have 6 of these, all size large. This something's wrong. It doesn't fit. And it's like, it's new tag, so it's never been washed. Like, I don't know. Maybe you put on some weight. Like, I don't know. So we had a guy, he's like, I got to return this. And I was like, hey, no problem. Right. Like, he went on this vent about how it's tight in the arms and whatever. So I was like, put in a return request. So he puts in a return request, and he's like, what do I do now? And I'm like, just follow the prompts, send it back. We'll refund you your money. Okay. Half hour later, return request closed. All right, cool. Maybe it did fit, or he didn't want to deal with it. Hour later, we get a message. Hey, bro, just this one time, will you pay for the shipping return? Because we don't offer free returns. Right. We just have returns on. You're welcome to return it. Oh, can this one time, will you cover shipping? No, sorry. Well, I canceled the return. Can you help me get it back going again? I'm like, I don't know how to do it. And that was 4 days ago, and I haven't heard back since. So I'm waiting for the negative feedback to come through. But it's like, but more the reason of like, why, like, yeah, I would help you out. But if you're going to go on this whole rant, like, I'm not going to send you your money back so you can still leave negative feedback. It's just, and
that's the thing too, Johnny. But right. The stolen package or whatever, I guess I should expect negative feedback as well. Correct? I mean,
yeah, and I don't know if that. I know eBay recently they clarified like what they'll remove negative feedback and stuff for. I don't know if that's one, because that's completely out of your control. So that might be one if you do get negative feedback. Mm-hmm. You'll have to Google the process, but it might be one you can request to get removed. By the way, Johnny, have you seen the movie Office Space?
Oh yeah.
The way you were talking there, I picture his neighbor is the guy who ordered your shirt.
Hey, Peter Man.
What was that guy's name? I can't remember now, but had the big mustache. And
I don't remember what his name was. I just remember him going, "Hey, Peter Man, turn on channel 12."
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's who ordered your.
It's just hard. Like, you feel bad. Like, yeah. But like, you feel bad. Like, if you genuinely like have like your package stolen, like, that stinks. I don't know how good eBay is, because I'm sure eBay gets a million of those claims like every single day. So I don't know how much they like refund. Like middleman, like they take care of it, but they don't ding you, or if it's just become so prevalent that like they can't take that much loss doing that, because then everybody would just.
Yeah, and I've had a handful of times in my over 20 years on eBay where I've gotten an email from eBay or a message that says something like, the buyer so-and-so, did this and we refunded them, but we didn't take it out of your funds. I think I've had that happen like 3 times, so I don't.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with this situation. Like I said, it's fresh. It just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
and sometimes it takes a day or like it scans as delivered, and then it comes the next business day. So it may even just show tomorrow, or the neighbor had it.
Yeah, It's funny you say that. I had some guy message me. I think it was an eBay sale. It was one of the platforms, but same thing. He goes, he goes, "Hey, my package shows delivered, but it didn't show up." So read the first sentence, you're starting to think, crap. Then he goes, "But I'm not too worried about it." He goes, "Pretty much every package I get, scans, shows up 2 days after they say they delivered it." I'm like, "Well, why are you even telling me then?" But,
we have our house number, and I would say once every other month, the guy that lives just comes and is like, "Hey,
got another one.
I got your Amazon box."
I got a silver Christmas tree. You want me to deliver a couple miles away?
Yeah, this time of year, it's amazing on our neighborhood Facebook group, the number of packages that get misdelivered. It's either I got this package, or somebody post, "Hey, did you get my package?" It says it was delivered, and is this your front door? Because they'll post the picture. But
well, all those delivery people are just humming right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
bowling partner.
getting it.
Yeah, my bowling partner is a delivery guy, and he goes to work right after bowling on Monday nights. And the poor kid, and I can say that because he's like 25, the kid is worn out, and they've requested them to work 7 days a week for the next.
Well, my son-in-law, he drives for UPS, and the other day he delivered over 400 something packages.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I can't imagine,
By the way, Johnny, we have something in common. I too have my own bowling bag, bowling shoes, and bowling ball.
Yes.
So I am also a world-class athlete, such as yourself.
Yeah, we did see you on your. You had the number on your chest there.
Oh yeah, I mean bowling, walking 5Ks. The athletic endeavors in my life are just pretty much never ending. So.
Well, we are going to have us a little bowling tournament when Johnny comes over. A little, friendly bowling between us.
Fun.
Of course,
that's not possible.
Well, Johnny, we're going to have to handicap you. We're going to get you to use your opposite hand.
I had the first 8 last Monday.
What's your average, Johnny?
200.
Yeah, pretty stout.
Mm-hmm.
I once bowled I think my high game ever is like a 270, but that was like one time. I was more like a 160 average when I was bowling a lot.
Hopefully, when we do reach that certain number, we can have go to some bowling lanes and have us a little game going. Friendly game. Of course, it'll turn into competitive.
It will never be friendly. I'm telling you that now.
I know.
Stewart, do you use Pirateship at all?
I do, and just under very specific scenarios, because I used to use it a lot more before eBay got the cubic rates. But once eBay added the cubic rates, now even for small, heavy stuff, they're usually the same price as Pirateship. I do find sometimes the UPS SurePost is cheaper on Pirateship. So yeah, I do use it sometimes, and then I use it for all my Facebook Marketplace, Mercari sales, because I do free shipping, and they don't, and I don't use their.
Oh, you buy your own labels on Mercari?
Yeah, because Mercari's labels are like, good Lord, they're so expensive.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just choose the ship on your own option on both Facebook and Mercari. So
I've been thinking of switching to that on Mercari. We used to do that, and then I got annoyed that I had to put work into generating a label. But now when I go to print a label using my phone on Mercari, I have to save it to my files on my phone and then go in and print it. And I'm like, this is too many steps. I just want to print it. But I
address then.
And then I sold a golf bag last week and packaged it up, and I was like, well, I'm just going to check Pirateship to see, if it's cheaper, just because it was, a long box. And it was $8 more on Pirateship than eBay. And I was really shocked by that.
Yeah, it's definitely, it used to always be a great option if you had a lot of small, heavy stuff, because they had the cubic calculations. But, now that eBay has that built in, Etsy's had them for a long time. But yeah, I know in Macari, like back when I used to use their labels, and I thought they'd fixed it, because it used to be you had to like save it to a PDF file and then, do a screenshot and cut it out and then save it because it would not print a label. I mean, it would not print label format for anything. And then they fixed it, I thought, but maybe they've gone back to
it was. Yeah, I was going to say it did work normal. Like you could just, I mean, it's annoying that you can't bulk. And so you have to go in one by one. But thankfully, we never sell more than 2 things on Macari. But with eBay, if we don't do bulk shipping and we just are printing a label for like one item that we have to get out, I do have to go in, crop it, convert it into a PDF, and then print. And I'm like, this is 2024. Why do we still have to do these things?
I was doing some kind of going back to the issues with postal service this time of year. I know like Whatnot shows, it's really easy to get a scan sheet, but you're packaging everything up at exactly the same time. And, so scan sheets are nice, but on eBay to get a scan sheet, you have to use their bulk shipping tool, even if you're doing your labels one at a time. And I was reading about it, and it just sounds like it's kind of a hassle to the way it works differently than the regular shipping tool. Because that would be an ideal solution to at least be able to get your initial scan without having to take, 35 packages, in 8 bins up to the counter. So I wish there was just a way you could just print your labels regular. Then at the end of the day, they're just smart enough to know, here's all the labels you printed today, so let's do a scan sheet.
So Stewart, tell us about your hair growth. How's that going for you? Is it about to drive you crazy?
No, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of gotten to a length now that I kind of like. You have that period of time from, for those who've been watching a long time, I almost always had a buzz cut. And if it got, as soon as I had to brush my hair in the morning at all, I would go get it cut off again. So I've now been growing it for, I don't know, however long, putting in the work to maybe be Santa Claus for the Christmas episode. And it's actually gotten to a point now where it's not quite as bad as, when I wake up in the morning, I look like Doc Brown from back to the
Morty.
But I can brush it out better, and it's gotten to a length now that it's not like sticking up in places because it's still kind of, it's not short, it's not long. So yeah, I have probably not had hair this long in 20 years or more.
Really?
It's actually starting
to cover
it
for the Christmas episode. I like it.
So
I like it.
No, it's going well. I don't know if I'll even cut it after Christmas. I may.
You want to do it like Easy Rider, pull it back in a ponytail and all that kind of stuff?
Just Bear Grylls?
You can see the back of my hair. It just doesn't really get longer. It just keeps kind of curling up on itself. So,
maybe a rat tail?
Ooh.
I actually did have a rat tail in high school for a short time. That made me one of the cool kids, but.
Well, Stewart, wait till we have our special mullet edition of the Finders Flippers Resell Podcast, and you can just take the sides off.
Well, Johnny, I got to know what hat you have on this evening. I've been trying to peek at it. It looks like okay. It looked almost orange and blue, but it is red and blue.
No, it's red and blue. It's black because I'm depressed.
I understand. Well, you try to win them all, but it's hard to, especially in the NFL. But you're still supporting it. But you're still supporting, and that's always the best kind of fan.
Yeah, I mean, when you're this far in, and forget it. But
yeah, it is what it is, right?
Sucks.
Now, who do they have next? Who are they playing next week?
Detroit.
Oh,
yeah. And we just Detroit.
Ooh.
And we just gave them a blueprint on how to put up 45 points on us. So this should go well. It's going to be like Madden next week.
By the way, Wes, I've sold some more of your Beanie Babies. So we definitely need to get together here sometime soon so I can give you your payoff.
Okay. We will do that.
Marriage license sold for $12.
No, what? This is huge.
That's breaking news. You've held that out. Okay, well,
You should have grabbed it. You should have grabbed it when you had your chance when you went into Bearden.
I did grab it. You took it out of my hand. You little thief. You owe me $6.
When you went and tracked it down at the mall, you had your chance to abscond with it. You could have grabbed it and ran out, and
then I would be no different than you are. You stole it from me, but I would not steal it from you. You owe me $6.
Wow! I love how he casually didn't tell you.
We'll throw it in with the Beanie Baby money.
Do that.
Are you at liberty to say what it sold for?
$12.
He just did. $12.
Oh, it sold for $12.
Yeah,
and it's from 1912. So there you go.
So yeah,
that's cool.
I can give you $6 and we can close that chapter of our life.
Yeah, we'll have to get that on video. Handing me $6 over. That'll make me.
Will you guys both dress like old oil tycoons and have cigars? So just like but you're trading $6.
It'll be
old oil tycoon.
It'll be part 2 of our original Beanie Baby video.
For sure. He gonna pay me in all ones. One.
Mm-hmm.
Have a lot of cash.
They're just rolled pennies.
Yeah, Wes, I went by the bank, got you some coins here.
I'll make it rain.
Let's run the numbers real quick. Where are we at on the sales as far as Beanie Babies? How many have you sold now? Do you know?
Beanie Babies West. Let's see what we got here. So looks like I owe you $53.37.
I like it.
So you've officially getting more than you paid for them originally now, right?
Man.
Oh yeah, I'm in the big money. That's what you call in the black, boys.
Stewart, do you now have to give him a 1099? I mean, there's tax implications now.
53 plus 6.
So almost $60.
Almost $60.
Welcome to the world of high finance on the Finders.
Well, high finance. The other thing that I'm concerned about is our count. Where are we as far as our march toward 200 and our next live? That's the other number we need to know.
We are.
Whose oil tycoon ching was that?
That was mine. That was mine.
Things are booming. Things are booming at Franklin Hill Ventures.
In Knoxville. And visit Knoxville.
Visit Knoxville.com.
I sold a Christmas plate on Etsy, so
man.
And that was some Christmas plates I got at the weekend with the Consignment Chat ladies when we went to Gatlinburg.
Wes, people are going to think that going full time is where it's at, and they're just going to quit their job because they're going to see what Stewart's selling.
I know he's a man amongst us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a whole different level, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun to watch him and his ways of reselling.
All right, we're at 182, so 18 more.
We need 18 more subscribers to come on in and join us so we can hit that live again. Well, that will be fun.
We do have some special guests coming on next week after this episode, so maybe that'll help push us over the edge. We'll have Lillian and Marla from Whatnot, aka Penguin Boss and Schmidt Auctions. They run ephemera events over on Whatnot, and I've gotten to be pretty good friends with them. So that should be a fun guest, and they'll be a lot of fun to hang out with, and maybe they can give us the push we need to hit 200. So
I like it. I think, guys, if we don't hit like 250 by summer, we just switch it up and become a Knoxville exclusive podcast. I will just do research on your town, and we'll switch. We're like a radio station, switch them formats. We just become the official podcast of Knoxville, Tennessee.
All Knoxville, all the time, right?
That's right. What's like a local radio station?
WIMZ.
No, WIMZ, all Knoxville, all the time. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, that'd be better.
I've been to Knoxville once.
That'd be better than having to open individual OnlyFans accounts or something.
Yeah.
Probably
No one's
wouldn't fare
paying for
too
my
well.
feet.
Yeah, it wouldn't fare too well.
Now, when does basketball season end, Wes?
March.
Maybe we can plan. I mean, I know we won't be ready. I know we talked about like the 500 episode was when we were going to do the live from Knoxville, but we need to just get you and Lizzie over here sometime to hang out one weekend and do our bowling and maybe.
Yeah, we'll just plan it.
April or May or
like
something.
once. I was going to say once like winter breaks, we'll drive over. We don't care.
Yeah, once Wes gets through with this basketball, so.
Yeah, I'll be done probably mid-March or before.
Before we get off here, what's this week hold for everyone? I know just same old Wes with reffing in school.
Yeah, I've got all of that ensconced with me I'm still trying to pick up on my listings. It's hard to do, but I've still committed. I'm still doing a pretty good job with it. I think I'm probably listing about 3 a day.
Oh, wow.
Which is good for me.
Welcome to the flipper side.
Yeah. So I'm at least, I've preloaded all my pictures. I've taken a lot of pictures, and then I just walk back into it and I get my listings up. What about you, Johnny?
Just a lot of the same. I'm in charge of overseeing all the employees getting their flu vaccines for the hospital, and that winds down next week. So I've been pretty tied up with just all that stuff. So just a normal work week, but we are the week of Christmas, our office is actually closed. So we're traveling up to Indy to see Lizzie's family. So we'll have some travel come up over the holidays, but next week will be business as usual.
So what is it? Your company does that you're coordinating flu shots for the?
So I work for a hospital. So it's for the employees of the hospital.
Which hospital do you work for? Oh, okay. So I used to come over to Greensboro a lot to go to Cone Health because the company I work for, we had the contract to maintain all the medical equipment. So I would be Cone quite a bit. So what do you do at the hospital?
Business management for their teammate health department.
I don't know. For some reason, I don't know that I knew you were in healthcare because that's what I've always been in my whole career. I mean, I started out working on medical equipment, then I was a brain surgeon for a while. And
yeah, I was going to say I do pop into surgery every once in a while if I get lost roaming through the hospital.
That is all the time that we have on the Finders Flippers Resell Podcast, episode 44. Gentlemen, it is a fun time as always and pretty insightful this evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully by the time we record our next episode, my packages will have started tracking. But really looking forward to episode 45, not to get ahead of ourselves, when, as I mentioned earlier, we'll have Penguin Boss and Schmidt Auctions for over on Whatnot, and we'll talk a little bit of ephemera and auctions and just everything they do. I mean, I don't know how they do everything they do. They organize all these trains on Whatnot, and it's crazy the stuff they do. So really looking forward to that episode. And hey, everybody, have a great week. And as Johnny said, thanks to the 182 people who have subscribed, we'll be at 200 in no time at all.
Guys, have a great week, and we want to thank everybody for watching. Y'all have a great evening.
Bye, guys.